Today we're down at the car doctor. Come down to see Terry. He's been a long-time user of Keyco products. Bought an L2, the original L2, quite some years ago, and now we're going to come here today just to lift that up to the full premium. So what we're going to do is going to walk you through the upgrade, what Terry's getting, how we can transform an old system into the very latest. So yeah, come along and join us. Okay, so here we've got Terry's L2 system, obviously a full working body shop here, had signs of use. But as you can see, one of the key things here is nothing's really sat in its place. Premium is all about organisation. So there's a spot for every tool, a spot for every tab. There's a drawer for tensioning. So this is a very, very early L2. We're going to lift this up to the full premium. You're going to see how we transform this using one of our L2 or L2E Premium upgrades. We're going to strip everything back. You're going to have an extra panel on the top, lock-in top is going to go on, the drawer system. Because you might look at it and go, well, this does everything that I need at the moment. Why do I need the Premium? And you'll see just how much extra you get with the Premium. So a lot of lateral tension, which is the real deciding factor for a lot of body repairs at the moment, the lateral tension. It really does make such a big difference. Now we strip the system down, so we're left with a bare cart now. What we're going to do, the Premium has a 3-panel section on the back, and it also has the big cabinet locker on as well. The other thing as well that's going to need to be, because of the extra weight in the Premium, we do have a reinforced base to go in. So what we'll do, we'll take the back off, we'll tip the cart over, we'll take the casters off, put the caster reinforcement plates in, and then we'll get the cart basically assembled, ready to take on the locker. This is the caster reinforcement plates. There's 2 of these, and basically they mount inside the cart like this, and it just enables the casters to go through this extra thick plate. It's going to be about 2 mil. I think this is 2 mil steel, so it takes the total up to about 3 mil steel. So with the extra weight, what you won't get is any flex on the base of the casters. So what we're going to do, we're going to install these first. It's just literally a matter of undoing the casters. We do have new caster bolts because obviously the bolts are going to be slightly longer now because you have to go through this plate as well. So they're all included. So what we'll do, we'll get these casters whipped off and get these fitted. So this is the difference. These are the original caster bolts here, and these are the new ones. So you can see they're quite a bit longer. These are going to go in from the top down where the other ones went in from the bottom up. Taking the back panel off. Now, some of the earlier carts did actually only have a very, very short upright here. This does have the longer ones, and you will notice that the long ones do come in the new kit. Don't be tempted to leave these on. We're going to work with these ones. If you'll notice on here, what we don't have on the side here, you notice we only have the 6 holes at the bottom, but on this one we have lots of extra holes down the middle there. This is going to be for when we put the side panel, the top locker on. So this will actually bolt through here. So what we're actually going to do, we're going to attach these to the back, and we're going to start taking these panels off and putting them on the back piece here. Got the third panel assembled. What we're going to do is going to go around and tighten these lower bolts up. What we don't want is to put these on tight to start with, because if the uprights are slightly out, what will mean is you'll have a larger gap at the top when the locking top goes on. So you want that to be nice and tight. So push these tight up against the third panels. Once they're all in and these are done up on the screws on the back, then we can go through and tighten these ones up on the side of the cart. So what you will have noticed when you put this on is these screws originally would have been in here at the top, okay, but we're finishing off on this one here now. This is not a problem, so obviously if you find this is short, that's exactly how it's supposed to be. Okay, so what we're going to do now we have the third panel put on, everything's bolted up nice and square. We're now going to put our shadow board on. So this is the first main part of the organisation that we have now. So where before, obviously, you've got all these peg holes, you pop your pegs in, kind of tools get hung up willy-nilly, and there's no real home for anything. So moving in with our continuum with the left to right, rough out to flat finish, what we do, we're going to change the orientation of the tools. So the tools are going to lay vertically now, as opposed to horizontally before. We're going to pop this on. This is magnet, so this will magnetise to the back here, and then it actually has purpose-made cutouts for all of our pegs to go into. So locking top comes in two boxes. The larger of the two boxes is actually the main front panel, and then the slimmer of the two boxes are our side supports, our instructions, the gas struts for both sides, and the hardware handles, etc. There will be some drilling out of the tops here. So on some of the carts, especially on the older ones, they were obviously never designed originally to have these put on. So what we just need to do is mark the top here and then put some small pilot holes in, just to allow the screws to bite down into the top tray of the cart. Okay, so remember this hole that we didn't use here. When we place our back panels on, we're just going to offer these up first of all, just to enable us to put our pilot holes in. But you'll notice now this is where that remaining screw goes. So that's the reason why this support bracket doesn't come all the way to the top. Okay, so now we've got the side panel loosely fitted, we've got that screw in the back side there. What we're going to do now, we're just going to mark our holes, the 3 holes along the top here. So what we want to do is just make sure this is pushed up this way and then pushed back this way. So it's nice and square. Right, now that's done, we're going to take the 2 screws out the back, remove the side panels, and then we're just going to put a pilot hole in. It's going to be a 3mm pilot hole, just ready to receive the new screws, and then lock those side pieces in. Okay, so now we're going to drill our holes in here. Our first 2 holes, so for the outer panel and our new bracket, is all pre-drilled. We're just going to run a small pilot hole just to get through the side panel. We're going to do that on these 3 and then repeat that the other side as well. Okay, so now we've got our lid on, we need to connect up the gas struts. So the gas struts work where this round piece goes in the side here. I find putting this one on first is easier, because if you mount the top piece, it can cover the holes, making it a little bit harder to line up. So they're just going to go into these holes here. So these 3 holes. So we'll get those fitted now. Okay, so now we've got the 2 struts fitted now. It's going to lift this out, and these I've just got to connect up onto these sections up here. Part of the kit, you just have these little plastic clips here. If you notice, there's a little bit of a chamfer on the front there, so that needs to fit chamfer facing out in this hole here. Your keys for the locking top are actually taped to the back here. Okay, so we've lined everything up now, everything sits nicely, our lock's working fine. We're going to fit our handle. The handle in the side here, they're both the same handle, so we're going to have one on the side here, and then we're going to have one actually on the open panel down. We have a series of holes here. These are for the K-Power, 2 K-Powers, a K-Power and a K-Power Junior, and also if you've got the VAC system, this will also be where the vacuum quick stick will sit as well. We'll get these handles fitted, and then we'll move on to the drawers in a second. So now we have most of our cart system put together. We're actually going to mount the drawers now. So the drawers are going to come in this large box. All the foams will be populated, so all of the specialist foams will be cut out. They'll be in this box as well. We'll take our 2 drawer slide units out. As you can see, we have the hardware taped to the side of the box, right and left. You'll see here, these are where our drawer runners are going to slot into. We have our 2 drawer mounts fitted, so it's just the 6 screws either side, and again this side. Obviously making sure the left and rights are correct, and making sure the drawer runners are facing the very top. Okay, so what we've done now, we've got the new drawers. These are all fully populated, these are. So they come with absolutely everything that is required. There's our cold glue drawer and lateral tension. So this has all our lateral tension tools in. This has all of the new tabs pre-populated. Those of you who maybe have had an L2 or an L2E or an earlier L2, the tabs will be vastly different. So what we'll have now, we'll have all 3 sizes of the hinge tab. We'll have more of the rigid 25 mils and the flexible 25 mils. Okay, the half tabs here, we'll have our bodyline tabs for the wheel arches, and the short and long articulated tabs, have our dead center crease tabs, dead center super tabs. We also have the same in the ice material. These have proven to be very popular for a lot of tech, so we've included those on there. Finesse end stays the same, and then we have the new intermediate tabs, and then we have our intermediate crease tabs here as well. So that's the first drawer pop. And then the very top drawer now is replaced with our striking section, carbon shaft hammer in the aluminium head. We have the plastic shaft hammer with the steel head, black swan rubber caps that click over to these tips. We have a fast quick release tip holder as well, so any one of these you can take out, you can drop into those, so it's quick, and any of the extra tips you may buy can sit in this one here. And then we have our dedicated striker with our pivot tips on, and then a dedicated place for a modular knockdown. These tips here were more geared now towards the black swan. And then over this side we have adapters as we had before, so we have our little hooks in there, and we do have the modified door edge tool. So yeah, so you can see the big difference now in between this and this one here. Okay, so a lot more solid rounded edge. Okay, so really good for sliding down those panels and pulling the like front wing or door edges out at the leading edge of the front doors. So that's now got its own dedicated space in this top tray as well. Once the drawers are slid in, they'll obviously just go all the way back and they'll eventually click in. They may sit this sort of height, just give them an extra push and they'll click into their bracketries. One thing we must remember to do is take these out. These are transport caps, just to stop the drawers getting bent over at the end in transport. So now we're going to drop our top foam in. The foams of old used to sit underneath this lip. These now have been raised up so they'll actually slide in, so the foam's a lot more robust, it's a lot more rigid, and it doesn't move side to side now. So what we do have, we've actually gained this sort of work area here for any of the tools we're working with. We have one over here for our sort of smaller hardware, maybe some tips and stuff if you're using these. Quick succession, we can drop them in there. The idea of everything obviously being in its place is when we finish, we just get into the habit of putting all the tools back into their place, and then when we open it up, everything's there for the next person to come along. But say these are all pre-populated, all brand new tabs. We have our tab straps here. Already you can see it's becoming a very, very nice, neat, organised tool cart compared to what we turn up to. We're going to Put this bucket on the side here. In order to do that, we just need to take off these 2 screws. Mounting bracket that goes up here. So you can see the holes, these 4, so these 4 screws have to come out here. And then this one goes in middle here. So it'll be this screw and this screw that will need to be removed. This one. This one. Larger bolts on the side are all going to be Phillips 3 heads. The right one. And then the rest of the screws will be Phillips 2. So there's no posi drives on this at all. Still going to put our cups in. So another new tool you'll get in the L2E Premium is the Vortex cooler. So you do need to mount this. This comes in a smallish box. It does come with an adapter for your airline. I'm not going to fit this because a lot of people run different styles of airlines. So what we probably have to do as well, depending on what type you're going to use, we're going to remove this end piece here to enable this to screw in straight into this component here. But then that goes in our mounting place just there. This is Terry. Terry's the owner of the Car Doctor. Terry's obviously bought our L2 system 3 years ago now?
3 years ago, yeah.
What was the main things you were looking to, obviously, because obviously now you've got the Premium, what was your main goal for getting the Premium? Was it?
Well, we looked at all the different lateral stuff. We got the old lateral.
Yep.
And then when the new stuff came out, watching videos and was impressed with what people were doing and how simple it made it. So,
yep. So
then I come over and had a little look with you.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is with the old lateral tension as well, you know, with the Premium is, all, as I spoke about earlier, it's all about putting everything in its place. So obviously when we came in earlier, there was like buckets of different things and
real world.
Yeah, it is real world, but the issue you're going to have is obviously when you need to find that tab or that adapter or that piece, you kind of get lost, don't you? So now, you know, when you come over, you can open so there's your lateral tension drawer.
Yeah, great.
So everything you need for all of your lateral tension work is now in there, laid out, so you can actually sort of plan build to the vehicle. You can look at it and go, okay, yeah, I'm going to need that tab, that setup, that foot, K-Power Junior or K-Power Senior. So it's really going to help you. And then when you're done, obviously everything's back into its place. It's easy auditable as well. You were saying as well, because as you can see here,
yeah, the old.
So we had the old dust cover. Although it works when you're
put it back on.
Yeah, you got every time you want to use it, you got to take it off, put it back on, and take it off, put it back on. Now obviously everything hidden away in the drawers,
yeah.
And then in a lockable. Now in your environment, it's not such a big issue to have a lockable cabinet because it's you and Stefan here, isn't it? So you haven't got people wandering in and out. But for for a larger shop, being able to shut this down, lock it, stop prying hands.
Yeah, no, definitely. I've been there. I've worked in them shops.
Yeah. So, but the great thing about this, obviously, it keeps everything clean. But you can see now with your backdrop, you've got your shadow board now for every single one of your tools again, so you know where everything lives. How are you finding Gloopal?
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
After going on the courses, we use it as much as we possibly can.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we enjoy it. It makes some repairs that we might shy away from possible. Mm-hmm. Particularly with aluminium and electric, not only, but particularly with those.
Terry, you did the best thing in the sense where you just said there you did the training, which was a key point, because it is kind of daunting when you open this up. You open that drawer there, and there's.
I think if you don't do the training, you're a bit stuck in.
Yeah. So it's but you're finding your Gloopal journey to be good. Are you glad?
Yeah, and enjoy it. Yeah. No, it's definitely good, and satisfying as well.
Yeah.
The repairs are a lot cleaner, better for the car, a lot cleaner.
Thank you ever so much for.
No worries, mate. Thank you.
Trusting us. And,
I appreciate you coming down today.
We're on hand for anything of that, and obviously any questions you've got, you can always reach out and ask us. And we'll look forward to seeing loads of repairs.
More playing, mate. More playing. Look forward to it.
Nice one.
Thank you.
Thank you.